In the heart of Botswana's sunlit plains, the village of Motse grew around a Marula tree that stood as ancient as time itself. The villagers believed the tree was sacred, a gift from Modemo, the creator. Its branches spread wide, offering shade and comfort, while its golden fruit nourished both people and animals. But the Marula tree was more than a provider. It was a witness to the joys and sorrows of Motse, a silent guardian of its people. Every month, the villagers gathered under the Marula tree to tell stories, settle disputes, and celebrate life. Among them was Naledi, a curious 14-year-old girl with a heart full of dreams. She loved sitting beneath the tree, listening to the elders' tales about how the Marula tree had saved the village from droughts and storms. But she often wondered, did the tree hold secrets no one dared to speak of? One evening, during the harvest festival, a group of outsiders arrived in the village. They were wealthy businessmen dressed in fine suits, their cars gleaming like diamonds under the setting sun. They introduced themselves as representatives of a mining company, claiming they had discovered large deposits of gold beneath the village. "This land holds untold riches," the leader of the group announced. "With your permission, we will extract the gold, and in return, we will make your village the wealthiest in the region." The villagers buzzed with excitement, but Naledi's grandmother, Gogo Tandi, frowned. "What about the Marula tree?" she asked, her voice steady but firm. The leader smiled, though it didn't reach his eyes. "The tree will need to be removed, but we will plant a new one. A small sacrifice for a better future." The village divided into two camps, those dazzled by the promise of wealth and those, like Gogo Tandi, who believed the tree was too important to lose. Naledi, torn between the two sides, decided to seek answers herself. That night, as the village slept, Naledi crept to the Marula tree, its silhouette towering against the starlit sky. She placed her hands on its rough bark and whispered, "If you hold any truth, show me." Suddenly, a soft wind stirred, rustling the leaves. The tree seemed to hum, and Naledi felt herself being pulled into a vision. She saw the past. A great drought had once gripped the land, and the villagers, starving and desperate, had gathered around the tree. Its fruit had miraculously multiplied, saving them from certain death. She saw the present, the Marula's roots entwined with the land, holding it together like a mother embracing her child. Finally, she saw the future. Without the tree, the land cracked and barren, the village abandoned, its people scattered. Naledi awoke with a gasp, the first light of dawn breaking over the horizon. She knew what she had to do. The next day, as the villagers debated the miner's proposal, Naledi stepped forward. "The Marula tree is not just a tree," she said. "It is the life of this village. Without it, Motse will wither away." Some laughed, dismissing her as a child with fanciful ideas. But Gogo Tandi stood beside her, recounting the stories of the tree's miracles. Slowly, others began to recall their own experiences, how the tree had provided shelter during storms, how its fruit had fed them in lean times, how it had always been there, steadfast and giving. Realizing they could not sacrifice their guardian for gold, the villagers united and refused the miner's offer. The businessmen left, grumbling about the villagers' foolishness. Months later, the rains came heavier than they had in years. The Marula tree stood firm, its roots soaking up the water and spreading nourishment across the land. The harvest was abundant, and the village thrived, its people more grateful than ever for their ancient protector. Naledi often sat beneath the Marula tree, her dreams now intertwined with its legacy. She knew that one day, she too would be an elder, telling stories of how the village had chosen to protect their heart. And as she gazed up at the sprawling branches, she felt certain that the Marula tree had whispered its thanks to her that night under the stars. Some moral lessons in this story are: the importance of tradition and heritage. The Marula tree symbolizes the cultural and spiritual heritage of Motse. The story teaches us to value and protect traditions and symbols that hold deep meaning, for they are the foundation of a community's identity. The interconnection between nature and humanity. The Marula tree is not just a physical presence, it sustains the land and the people. The story highlights the critical role nature plays in our lives and the need to safeguard it for the well-being of future generations. Greed leads to short-sighted decisions. The businessman's promise of wealth tempted the villagers, but Naledi's vision revealed the devastating consequences of prioritizing greed over sustainability. True prosperity comes from long-term care, not quick gains. The wisdom of the elders. Gogo Tandi's unwavering belief in the tree and her ability to recount its significance remind us of the wisdom that resides in our elders. Listening to their stories helps us make better decisions for the future. The power of courage and conviction. Naledi, though young, had the courage to stand up for what she believed in and convince her community to protect the Marula tree. This teaches us that one voice, guided by truth, can create a ripple effect of change. Unity brings strength. The village was divided, but through shared stories and collective reflection, they united to make the right choice. This underscores the importance of coming together as a community to overcome challenges. Nature rewards those who respect it. When the villagers chose to protect the Marula tree, the rains returned, and the land flourished. This reminds us that respecting and preserving nature will always bring abundance and blessings in return. Like, subscribe, and follow for more inspiring stories.